Hey everybody, welcome to Spikey Saturday, number 16 on the Mana League. I'm John, as always, and today we're going to be doing Urza's block draft. I had planned on doing Mirage block since I won 2 packs. Unfortunately, I didn't realize that Mirage block was only around for basically a weekend. It came up Wednesday and it was gone on Monday. So unfortunately, no more Mirage until it comes back. But I did have packs stored up for Urza's block because I knew it was coming up at some point. It came up on the Monday when Mirage was taken away, and it's around for another week or so. It seems to be around for much longer. I know people have a nostalgic place for Urza's block, and people kind of hate Mirage block. I don't know anything about Urza's block. I know that it was broken and that it almost destroyed Standard due to crazy overpowered cards. I don't know anything about the draft format. I've never drafted it. This was actually the set where I quit Magic for my first time. I had just finished grade 8, I was going into high school, and I was too cool for Magic anymore. And so I bought one single tournament pack of Urza's Saga. Never really even played with the cards from it, and just kind of quit Magic until Innistrad. So about a 12, 13-year break. So I don't know anything about this format. I'm going to have to read all the cards, and I'm going to make a lot of mistakes. But it should be fun. Maybe I'll win a couple packs, who knows? Maybe I'll win a pack, maybe I'll go 0-3, but we'll see, and we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to join this queue, and I will see you guys when we're good to go. Well, that took a surprisingly long time, but finally we got into this draft. So let's see what we've got. We've got Child of Gaia, which I don't believe is on the value list. Just do a quick check. No, I don't see it. But what's it do? It's trample 7/7 for 6. And at the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice unless you play green-green. You're probably going to have green-green. You can regenerate it. That seems really, really late game. Pestilence, I hear, is the best card in the format, so we'll probably take that. And I hear black is also the best color to draft for. So if we take the best card in black and we take the best color in black, we can maybe do well. So Pestilence is at the beginning of the end step. If no creatures are on the battlefield, sacrifice Pestilence. So as long as there's creatures around, you can pay a black to deal 1 damage to each creature and each player. So if you pay 3 black, you're going to deal 3 damage. 4, you're going to deal 4. Basically, you can try wiping the board while keeping your guy alive. We're going to take that just because it's by far the best card from what I have very, very, very briefly read. Looking around the other stuff, nothing jumps out at me as something I remember being good. So we'll take the Pestilence and then see what else comes in black. Meltdown. Well, let's try mono black for the time being. Destroy target non-artifact, non-black creature. It can't be regenerated. So it's Doomblade. It costs 1 extra. It even looks like Doomblade. There's a black thing going through an angel. And you can cycle it. So it costs a little bit more, but you can cycle it. It'd be pretty rare that you'd ever want to cycle removal. Maybe if you're playing against another mono-black deck, but that's probably what we're going to take. Cackling Fiend is a 2/1. When it enters the battlefield, each opponent discards a card. That's not bad. For 2 and 2 black, it's kind of bad, but I'm liking that expunge. Skittering Scourge, flying 3/2 for 2. When you cast a creature spell, sacrifice it. So it's on the battlefield until you cast a creature spell. That's not terrible. That could be pretty aggressive. I don't think we'll see that come back around, but in case we do, it would be awesome. I think we're going to take the expunge, though. Solid removal to go with our Pestilence, which is also pretty decent removal. So let's take the expunge. Mana Leech. Almost Mana Leak, but Mana Leech. You may choose not to on-tap it during your on-tap step. Tap target land. It stays tapped as long as this is tapped. And also Pestilence destroys it for 1. Breach. Target creature gains +2/+0 and fear. Meh. So we're looking to come out of black. Fluctuator. Cycling abilities you activate cost up to 2 less to activate. So cycling for anything that's 2 or less is free. It's not bad. Goblin Offensive. Put X 1/1 red goblin creatures on the battlefield. Can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. That's not bad for 4. Becomes blocked by a creature. It gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Fertile Ground, Fortitude. Maybe we'll try going black-red. I think I like Viashino Runner here. Yeah, let's take it. Voltaic Key, not worth anything anymore, I don't think. Pretty good in the Holiday Cube, of course. Looming Shade, 1/1 for 3 with the Shade ability. Hollow Dogs, 3/3 for 5. Whenever they attack, they become 5/3. That seems pretty good. And it will avoid Pestilence until Pestilence becomes 3. No red in the pack at all, so that's not great. But yeah, I think we'll just stay in the black plan. I figure we want kind of big things that will survive Pestilence, such as a 4/4, but that's got to be a downside for 2. Whenever it deals damage to a creature or opponent, it also deals that much damage to you. That doesn't seem good, I don't think. I mean, you'd have to get ahead and then start hitting with that. It doesn't seem good to me. Maybe it is, and I just don't realize it, but I don't think I like it. Goblin Patrol, 2/1 for 1 with Echo. That's not terrible. Dark Ritual, of course. A lot of white. I hear white is the worst color. Treetop Rangers. So they're 2/2s that can't be blocked. I guess perhaps we'll go with the Goblin Patrol. I don't know if Treetop is better, and maybe that black guy was actually good, but not sure. Sicken is not great removal. -1/-1, but you could cycle it. Despondency. Enchanted creature gets -2/-0. Whenever it's put into graveyard from battle, return it to your hand. So it keeps coming back. So it can blank creatures that have 2 power or significantly hinder them if they're if they're more than 2 power. Disorder deals 2 damage to each white creature. That's very narrow. Goblin Matron, 1/1. When it enters the battlefield, you can search your library for a goblin card, reveal it, put it in your hand. I don't know if Despondency is worth a card. I mean, the fact that it comes back is not bad. So even if the person holds up a blocker, it's still kind of there. We could also go blue with Rewind. Rewind's pretty good. Let's stay on black, though. Might have been a bad choice, but as I said, I don't know this format, really. So we could go Goblin Warbuggy. That seems pretty good. 2/2 Haster for 2 with an Echo of 2. Lay Waste, Headlong Rush. Unworthy Dead is 1/1. You can regenerate for 1. Hopping Automaton gains -1/-1 and flying, so it becomes a 1/1 flyer. That's not great. Beginning of your upkeep, you can add 1 or 2 mana. You can't spend this mana to cast spells, so it has to be used for activated abilities or Echo or things like that. We'll just take the Goblin Warbuggy, I think. Yawgmoth's Edict. Whenever an opponent casts a white spell, that player loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Well, that's sideboard, I suppose. There's got to be something better than that, though, right? Hey, it's the guy who's in Show and Tell. Reflexes. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature has first strike. That's terrible. Goblin Matron again. I don't know if there's really good goblins in the further sets. Are there? There's Goblin Welder in Legacy, apparently. I mean, it goes with what we have, and this is just terrible. So, yeah, we'll take it. Another Goblin. It's about all we have here for us. I don't know. Is blue open? There's a lot of blue spells. Maybe blue's just bad. Enchanted Island, or Enchanted Land is an island. Whoop-de-doo. Turn any creature into a prodigal sorcerer. Yeah, we'll take the Warbuggy, I guess. Cackling Fiend came back around because, as I expected, it's probably not that good. That's all we have, though. I don't know if there's that many artifacts that are going to desperately demand removal. I know people refer to this as an artifact set, although it's kind of an enchantment set. But I think we'll just take the creature here. Try to cut black a bit more. We've got Breach back, or a bunch of blue spells. Let's take Breach. I'm probably not going to play it. Nothing here. Elvish Lyrist, destroy target enchantment. Target creature gains trample. Enchant aura, creatures, controller loses 2 life unless they pay 2. Sure, let's take that. Falter, I guess. It's, not great. Don't even know if it's sideboard material. Wow, maybe Rewind's not good. I almost considered taking that last time we saw it in this pack. We'll take it this time. But I guess maybe blue is just down there with white as being not a good color in this format. And Rune of Protection blue. So what's a rune versus a circle? You can cycle runes as opposed to circles. And I think circles are colorless mana to prevent damage. Oh well, not going in the deck. So we're now kind of leaning towards aggression almost with all the goblins. Although I guess those echoes will slow you down a little bit. So Urza's Blueprints I don't think is on the value list. Not that I see. What's it do though? Echo 6. Draw a card. What do we have for black? We've got On Earth. Return target creature card with converted mana cost 3 or less to the battlefield. That seems pretty good. SWAT. Destroy target creature with power 2 or less. So those are our 2 black cards. Wow. Get to Encampment. At a red, or it becomes a 2/1 warrior with first strike until end of turn. And it enters tapped. Thran War Machine, Echo 4, attacks each turn if available or if possible. 4/5 for 4. That's not terrible. Echo 2 and a red. When it enters the battlefield, deals 2 damage to target creature or player. That seems pretty good. Maybe On Earth is better though. It's converted mana cost 3 or less, so I could return him if I get him back. I don't know if I'd get him back though. Maybe On Earth isn't that good. I don't know. Pygmy Pyrosaur, fire breathing, Goblin Medics. Whenever it becomes tapped, it deals 1 damage to target creature or player, so they're very bad medics. We'll take the Slinger. Crawl Space. Crawl Space is in some commander decks, but it doesn't seem to be worth anything. Ticking Gnomes. Sacrifice it, deals 1 damage to target creature or player. Well, it's not the worst thing. Enchant creature, all damage that would be dealt to enchanted creature is dealt to its controller instead. Fog of Gnats, 1/1 that can regenerate for 2 that flies. 1/1 Swamp Walk for 1. Well, none of those seem great. Goblin Medics again. Do I just take the Ticking Gnomes? Are they okay? I guess I do. Plague Beetle again, Fog of Gnats again, and Goblin Medics again. King Crab. So there's really not much here for us at all. I guess we're going to take the Medics. Doesn't seem good. I want things with more than 1 power. Or more than 1 toughness. More than 1 power, too. It's also good. Tap it, sack it. Target creature gets -1/-1. 2 target creatures get -1/-1. Target creature. So fire breathing for the team. Lava axe. No. I don't even know here. Player who controls more permanents than each other player can't play lands or cast artifact, creature, or enchantment spells. That player may sacrifice a permanent for that player to ignore this effect until end of turn. Seems strange. I don't know if that could be good or not. More permanents than each other player. I don't think that's good, because if you're ahead, you want to get more ahead. You don't want to handcuff yourself. Sleeper's Guile. Enchanted creature has fear. It comes back to your hand when it goes to the graveyard. Gitu Fire Eater, tap it, sack it, deals damage equal to its power and toughness to target creature or player. So it's like this guy, except you sack it. Impending disaster. At the beginning of your upkeep, if there are 7 or more lands in the battlefield, sacrifice it, destroy all lands. Okay. Switch target creature's power and toughness till end of turn. 2 damage to target creature or player, or 4 damage to target blue creature. So it's shock. Shock seems good. With the opportunity of it being double shock if I'm playing against blue. I mean, this is also shock on a body. Kind of. Maybe we go for that. And then maybe Parch comes back around, but who knows. Angel's Trumpet. All creatures have vigilance. At the beginning of each player's end step, tap all untapped creatures that player controls that didn't attack this turn. Angel's Trumpet deals damage to the player equal to the number of creatures tapped this way. That seems bad. Viashino Sand Scout. Haste 2/1. At the beginning of your end step, return it to its owner's hand. Doesn't seem terrible, especially if I'm going to be aggro-y. Cloud of Fairies. That used to be worth something. I'm going to do a quick check on that. It used to be worth money, and then it was in Vintage Masters, and now it's worth about 16 cents. Sleeper's Guile. So we took the Sand Scout there. So we've got Sleeper's Guile, which isn't great, or nothing. So maybe we take the rare just for the heck of it. Or we just cut black. Let's just cut black. I'm not going to play that, though. Granite Grip. Each creature, or enchanted creature gets +1/+0 for each mountain you control. Broodlings, 2/2 for 3. Sack a creature, put +1/+1 counters on Phyrexian Broodlings. I don't mind that, because if I end up Pestilencing, I can just sack all the guys that would die to Pestilence to make him bigger, and then Pestilence. So I don't mind that. Goblin Medics came back. We already have one. I don't even know if they're playable or not. Pygmy Pyrosaur isn't good either. It can't even block. I don't know. Is there something that gives all goblins a lot, or is there a goblin lord? We'll take that just in case, I guess. We're not going to take another one, though. Treacherous Link. Maybe we just get rid of a worm that we probably can't deal with all that well if it ever gets cast. Not much here. Tinker. I feel like that probably was worth something at some point. We'll take it. No idea if this deck will work or not. No idea about this format, really, even. Sure, that guy. Don't think I'll play him, though. I should get enough playables in the last pack, I hope. Let's take the green card. Let's wait for inevitably a blue or white card to come our way from the next pack. Someday it'll get here. Once Jace over there makes his pick. There we go. A green or white card. Let's take the... None of these are probably going to be a deal. Let's take the creature. And intervene. What's intervene do? Counter target spell that targets a creature. It's very narrow. So off to Urza's Destiny. We have Phyrexian Navigator. Also not on the list. We wanted Replenish, Treachery, or Metalworker, it looks like. But what's it do? It's black. It's a 5/5 trample for 3. Whenever it's dealt damage, sacrifice that many permanents. Ew. That doesn't seem good. Disease Carriers. When Disease Carriers dies, target creature gets -2/-2. That I kind of like. Kind of goes with Pestilence, too. Skittering Horror. Whenever you cast a creature spell, sack Skittering Horror. Trumpet Blast. Wild Kolos. Haste 2/2. It's not terrible for 3. Probably get that back, maybe. Reveal any number of red cards in your hand. Scent of Cinder deals X damage to target creature or player, where X is the number of cards revealed in this way. Seems pretty random. I think we'll go with these Disease Carriers here. I don't know how much damage there is, and it's permanent. So, you know, if he's the only guy on the battlefield and he dies, and he gets hit with 5 damage, I might have to sack 5 lands. So let's go with the carriers. Festering Wound. Aura, at the beginning of your upkeep, you may put an infection counter on it. At the beginning of the upkeep of Enchanted Creature's controller, Festering Wound deals X damage to that player, where X is the number of infection counters on Festering Wound. That seems good. That seems pretty good. Ravenous Rats. When it enters the battlefield, target opponent discards a card. That's also decent. The same as the red one, except instead of damage, it's -X/-X. Flame Jet. 3 damage target player, not creature. When Enchanted Creature dies, target player discards 2 cards. I kind of like this Festering Wound. Fodder Cannon. Sack a creature to deal 4 damage. When Goblin Gardener dies, destroy target land. Let's take the wound. Braidwood Sextant. Sack it, search your library for a basic land, reveal that card, put it in your hand, and shuffle your library. So it's a very expensive Rampant Growth. Keldon Champion. I feel like I've played with him in Momir. 4 mana, 3/2. When he enters the battlefield, deals 3 damage to target player. That's not bad. Nightshade Seer. Reveal any number of black cards in your hand. Target creature gets -X/-X. So it's that spell we just saw, except on a stick. Bubbling Muck. Until end of turn, whenever a player taps a swamp for mana, that player adds black to his or her mana pool. Kolos Yearling. Mountain Walk 1/1 with Fire Breathing. It's a Fire Breathing goat, apparently. Mask of Fury. Squirming Mass 1/1 Fear. We'll take the Keldon Champion. Goblin Berserker. 2/2 First Strike Haste for 4. Still seems decent. Target player loses 4 life, you gain 4. Not the best. Reckless Abandon. Deals 4 damage to target creature or player. I also have to sack a creature to do that. Twisted Experiment. +3/-1. Slinking Scourge. Flying. Sack it, draw a card. I think I like the Berserker. All stuff we've seen before. Keldon Vandals. Enters the battlefield, destroy an artifact, and it's a 4/1 for 3. That's not terrible. Brass Secretary. Pay 2, sack it, draw a card. Twisted Experiment. Dying Whale, not Wall. Sure, Keldon Vandals. So there's 23. Goblin Masons. When it dies, destroy a wall. Chime of Night, not Child of Night. When Chime of Night is put into graveyard, destroy target non-black creature. So it's a delayed, not necessarily going to get cast Doomblade. Doesn't seem great. Of course, neither does Goblin Masons or Flame Jet, for that matter. Maybe Flame Jet could finish off after a big Pestilence or something. Or multiple turns of Pestilence. Pestilence, you don't have to sacrifice it when you do it. You just... Right, you have to sacrifice if there's no creatures left. I guess we'll take Flame Jet, but I don't know if we'll play it. Another Keldon Vandals. Braidwood Cup. Tap, gain a life. No. I guess we'll take another Keldon Vandals, but we're not going to play 2 of those. Not if they're 4/1s. If they were 4/2s, maybe. And if they were better than that, then for sure. But 4/1's not the best. Still need to make a cut here. Sick and Tired. I don't know how many X1s there are, so I don't know if Sick and Tired is any good. So let's get rid of that. Goblin Gardener again. I guess that's what we'll take. Or we could take Bubbling Beebles. Probably the only creature with the creature type of Beeble. Yeah, let's take Goblin Gardener, but we're not going to play it. Scent of Cinder, that's the reveal red cards. Or a 2/2 haste for 3. I guess we'll take the 2/2 haste for 3. Ravenous Rats came back. Yeah, I'll take a Ravenous Rats. I don't think I'm going to need this Goblin Matron. There's no goblins I'm desperately wanting to get onto the field. And we probably don't need 2 Goblin Medics. Probably don't need 1 for that matter. Kolos Yearling, another Wild Kolos. It says Mountain Walk, I suppose. It's an X1, though. Let's take the X2, but we're not going to play a second one, I don't think. Let's get rid of a flyer. because we don't have flyers. So there's 23, and it seems okay. It doesn't seem great, but I have no idea about this format. I guess I'm basically hoping to pestilence everything and get down hollow dogs. Dying Whale, Trumpet Blast. I could be the Trumpet Blast deck, maybe, if there is a Trumpet Blast deck. Am I going to play it? Probably not. Scent of Jasmine. And a Fledgling Osprey. So I need to make a cut. Despondency, maybe? Yeah. I was saying I didn't know if Despondency was going to be worth a card, and I still don't know if it's worth a card. So we'll cut that. There's our 23, I suppose. No idea how this is going to go. Let's add some basic lands. 9 and 8. That sounds good. Wild Kolos, Vandals, Medics, Matron, Falter, Despondency, Denouncer, Breach, Sick and Tired, Sleeper's Guile. Yeah, we'll go with this. So I will submit this, and I'll see you for round 1, where I have no idea what's going to happen. But I'll see you guys for that.